Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Monsterazoo. It's your good old buddy Leaf here as always. And I'm just so thankful that you guys are sticking along for this ride. I love this zoo so much and I love franchise so much. It's just such a fun little thing to branch into. And it seems like a lot of you guys are being really receptive to it. I love seeing the interactions with you guys. I love seeing all you guys care about our nice little animals that we have in here. I love seeing all the names that you guys are given. It's just making me so happy. And it's really helping me to really understand a different aspect of the game. You know, sometimes I just kind of find myself just going into the same old, more and more after, and just doing like, you know, sandbox zoo after sandbox zoo after diorama after sandbox zoo. Even the challenge mode started to get a little bit boring after a little while. But franchise mode, it's just helping me think about the game in a very different way. And it makes me really thankful for that. So obviously over here, as you guys can probably tell from the thumbnail, we are doing some Prairie Dogs. And I just was really excited to build this. So I figured we're not doing anything too interesting. But probably the biggest thing that we could do over here are viewing areas for our guests. And of course, I'm using a little bit of a lighter technique or leader. I do apologize. I'm not really sure how you pronounce your name, leader. I'm so sorry. But of course, I'm just doing some sunshades over here, making sure that everything looks nice and pretty, making sure that our guests can kind of stay out of that blaring tropical sun for as much as possible. And we do some more like, you know, nice guest work all across the board later on. But of course, just getting this to be the standard for our little Prairie Dogs, and we fix up the fencing right after, just making sure that everything looks nice and making sure that everything looks clean. I really do love how this thing came out. I'm just so happy with it. And in this episode, we also focus a lot more on education and guest facilities and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I should probably plop down to bathroom soon. That's probably something I should do pretty soon, so I'll probably do that in an episode after this one, and just work on getting guests like food and drink and stuff like that. Maybe even adding another animal in. Who knows? I just really love the direction that the zoo is going in. We're making some good money by the end of this episode too, and I hope you guys stick around for the end of that. But yeah, just a general inspiration for this habitat. There was none. I wanted to go completely rogue, so I just do a nice little bit of rock work, you know, classic leaf rock work over here, just rotating it ever so slightly, and just making these nice little, you know, just little standout places for the Prairie Dogs to kind of access. And I don't know, just turned out relatively nice in the end. And I don't know, it's just pretty fun to work like that. And of course, giving us a little bit more of a barrier between the glass and the Prairie Dogs themselves. Of course, they could probably run up to the glass still, but just giving that clear distinction between glass and exhibit is something I really want to emphasize right there. Just working on foliage as well and getting some more desert rocks and foliage in here. The good thing about the Prairie Dogs is that they have like the desert foliage in here, so you could really like mix and match with some tropical stuff in here as well. But the sagebrushes, I think we put in some, the palm trees as well. It just turns out so good in the end. You know what? We got a lot of fun stuff to get into this episode in the live portion. So I personally cannot wait to see you guys there. So yeah, like that, Leaf is going to be right back, like within the second. So see you guys there. Well, hey guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of a speed build right before. As always, welcome back to like the little live portion, and look at our little Prairie Dogs. So yeah, I really wanted to get these guys in our franchise series. So yeah, welcome back to Monsterazoo as always, and I hope you guys like this little bit of a habitat. I know we're on a tropical map right now, and I didn't really want to stray too far away from that vibe, so of course I had to integrate a few things over here. It's a good thing that they do have the desert biome over here, because we were able to integrate some like palm trees and stuff like that, and they're not even angry about it, so I'm pretty happy about that. And as always, we just gotta make sure our work zones are all set. Yep, they are. That is actually perfect. So as always, I'm so thankful that you guys stopped by. And don't mind me in the background right now. I am just trying to find all the names that you guys gave for our koalas. And let's actually see if there's any female koalas, because I would love to. get some more koala action in here. And nope, it's just all male, so that's a little bit of a shame, but I remember someone said a very wonderful name, and if I can just find it right now, we could watch our little koala in the meantime. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. It's somewhere here. Give me 1 second, guys. I swear, we'll find it soon. Koala catch. Okay, well, anyways, whoops. So someone decided to name the koalas Ketchup and Mustard, and I think that is such a swell little combination. Mustard. So, yeah, I think that's just such a cute little name for a pair like that. But as always, guys, keep on dropping those names down below. We have a lot of prairie dogs, so honestly, just drop as many names as you can for these guys. I'll be sure to pick out as many names as I possibly can to fit these little guys. Sorry about that, I just had some coffee and it's trying to fight back up at me. But welcome back to Monsterazoo. It's a little bit of a rainy day. A lot of stuff is starting to break, unfortunately, and we still do have some protesters. Not really sure what's happening right there, but our penguins are just chilling out under here. So I'm happy to see them do that. Their welfare isn't really the best. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to increase their water over here. And I'm just going to decrease it by that much. It's a little bit of a crazy idea, but I'm sure we could work with this. I just want to make sure that our animals have the best habitats possible for them. And of course, that means I'm probably going to have to do something like this, where I do kind of lower all the schmutz right down to the ground. Right there. That is actually perfect right there. And if we take all this, get rid of those, and drag that all the way down, it's starting to look a lot better already. And we can actually tuck some rocks over here to make that transition feel a little bit more natural. I'm just trying to make sure that our little penguin friends, they have the best little habitat, and our protesters can get off our backs finally, because I understand that is going to be quite a big situation for this zoo in particular. I am never good with protesters, as you guys can probably tell from Total Modded Island. Never really been the best with them, and that's kind of like a little unfortunate thing. We can actually do some rough water. No, we should do calm water. It's nothing too crazy in here. And actually, I do want to change that to tropical, just so we get that beautiful big blue in there. And hopefully, with that being said, our African penguins should be able to kind of traverse all the deep water they really need. So their habitat, oof, it's still not looking good. I have no clue why. It's okay, at least that's a little bit better. So their habitat is starting to be a little bit more suited towards them. I think I will give them a little bit more on this end. If I could just get rid of that and get rid of these, and we can just continue these all the way through. But how are you guys doing? I always love asking you guys, and then I realize I can't hear you guys through the screen, so that's quite unfortunate. But I hope you guys are doing good. I hope this series has kind of inspired a few of you guys to sort of like try your own little bit of a franchise mode, because it really is super fun. I fully endorse this mode. It's super fun. It's intriguing. It's just such an enjoyable little experience. And plus, recently I've been trying to branch out of doing mods only, and it's pretty fun just to kind of get everything like this to integrate well. And I don't know, I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Of course, I still do have a lot more in my modded series. Foxborough Zoo is currently, you know, it's in the works by Crocs. He's currently on vacation right now, but he has some wonderful stuff lined up for all of you guys. So hopefully our penguin should be good now. Just, this is going to be quite a bit of a TLC episode, so we can get a lot of that done right there. And there we go. We just need a few more African penguins, but I'm sure we can, if we just look them up. African penguin. Yeah, we have a few in here, so let's actually get one. Maybe we could spend our actually, let's save those conservation credits for maybe something more worthwhile of an investment. And of course, Dalmatian Cove is being taken care of, so they'll be there temporarily. Well, not temporarily, momentarily, yes. You guys can tell I'm just the best little wordsmith today. And of course, I really just want to rename this habitat as well. I could probably do that from the zoo tab instead. So if we go into animals, we go into habitats, What are we gonna call our koala habitat? Outback Steakhouse. Sure. Temporarily, if you guys have a better name, please do let me know. Let's call them Queensland koalas because I like to be specific. Yeah, that works. And then, of course, our prairie dog. We'll call that American Plains Prairie Dog. I can never spell prairie right, and I feel like Planet Zoo has finally taught me how to actually spell it right. I can't believe it took that long for it to, like, you know, sink in that is how you spell it. Also, I want to give them a little bit of shelter over here, just, you know, if we have this, we might as well use it, guys. So I just want to copy the beams over as well. And we can blueprint those up. And then we could actually tuck that right in there. That is perfect. I feel like they're going to enjoy that. It's just a nice little way for them to stay dry. As well as keeping, like, all the bedding dry and stuff like that. Because I know animals won't use that if, you know, they, if it's not dry. Also, look at these little guys. They're floating, but I feel like it's fine. I love them so much. Oh my gosh, they're the cutest. And I really do hope you guys enjoyed this little, like, shade structure over here. The glass is starting to break a bit, but I feel like that's fine. I don't know, I just really do like that. But anyways, we actually do have access to some new props. So, CDC just released the European Midnight Pack, and I'm so excited to start, like, building with it. So, in fact, I think I may integrate some of these desert rock panels right over here, just to kind of, like, you know, give it a little bit more character. We can even angle it down kind of like that. And you know what? I feel like that adds so much to the exhibit. And of course, we can do some other stuff as well. They also have gargoyles. Look at that. That's some pretty cool stuff. And we have big crows. Oof, those guys are scary looking. But no, we have a lot of awesome stuff today. And I believe Sib will be updating it as time goes on. He also gave us pumpkins. I'm so excited about that. But in the meantime, it is raining. We are just trying to, you know, make as much money as we possibly can. And we're actually doing pretty good on that, as you guys can probably tell from down there. But you know what? I think this will just be a nice little TLC episode. So I think I do want to kind of do some shade structures. And let's see what we can actually work with over here. So let's do beam. Let's try and see if let's look up Safari, because I love all this stuff from the Safari pack so much. I think we can actually integrate some nice lodging over here. Not really lodging, but some nice shade structures over here for our happy little guests. And yeah, just pretty much keeping them dry, keeping them happy. We don't want to have any upset visitors over here at Monsterazoo. So we could just kind of do something kind of like this and just keep arching it down quite a bit. And then we can work on the supports on the side. So if we got the, I believe it's like, yeah, these pieces right here. Heck yeah. We can kind of integrate these, have them push along there, and there, and there. And it'll just act as a way to keep our happy little guests nice and dry, of course. I don't know, I've always found this mode kind of relaxing. It's just the small things that really come out in this mode. Because, like, speed builds? When I make speed builds, guys, it's oftentimes pretty stressful. You gotta get, like, the most amount of detail in such a small amount of time. Obviously, you can, like, speed stuff up. But you're still on a time crunch nonetheless. For this, though, I feel truly relaxed. It feels so nice over here, but I don't know, I just really do hope you guys enjoy it as much as I am. And we can actually tuck that in right there. I want to have a little bit of a flat one just right there. And tuck that right up there. And the best part about that is that we could just copy this all over the place. If I could select them correctly, that is. There we go, and then we could group them all together. And I do feel like we need a little bit of cap on that. So if we have, like, roof pieces, yeah, let's try and find something in here. Something to really cap that off. Maybe these will work out pretty well. I'm not sure if they will or not, but you know what? What's the harm in trying? I feel like that just looks like a clown right there. I'm not really Actually, you know what? Kind of like that. It'll give it a nice little splash of color as well. In fact, you know what I'm kind of thinking? Thin planks. This is literally my favorite part of Planet Zoo. It's when you finally like have this brain inspiration moment of like, oh my gosh, this might actually look good together. And then you finally do it, and it really does. So I really wanted to give this a little bit of a trim. Not really a trim, because I'm not really cutting anything off, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a decoration, if you will. Just something to really liven that up. And I feel like that actually comes out pretty well in the end. It's still a little bit drab, but I think we might be able to decorate the pillar. Let's try something. So if we do column, we might be able to find something cool. So if we just hit X, we'll be aligned to there. That's one of my favorite parts. It's a nice little trick right there. Actually, that's pretty good right there. I do like that. And then, in fact, if we could find something flexi color to just stick right there. Maybe not limestone. Oh, the limestone is recolorable now. That's pretty fantastic. Plaster, maybe? Plaster is always a good one if you're kind of stumped for ideas, because it's always such a useful little piece, but not useful right now. I'm trying to find something to really sell this, if you will. But no, nothing's really coming up. What if we just search up FlexiColor? Because I feel like that's going to be one of the most important things to do over here. Just really make sure that we're using the right thing, I guess. I don't know, guys. I'm just making this all up as I go. Maybe the large beams. Oh no, I feel like that's too chunky. This entire episode is just going to be me trying to find stuff that fits over here. Maybe not the kiln itself, but I kind of do like that. Huh. This is difficult, guys. I never thought I would have this much of a hard time trying to find something that fits in here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this very enthusiastic quality content. But no, I just have no idea. I feel like we're kind of running low on our resources over here. I'll tell you what, if we don't find anything within like the next 10 seconds, we will move on and we'll find something else to do, because there is always work to be done. In the meantime, at least we're like, you know, making up money and stuff like that. That's like the main draw over here. Ooh, I completely forgot about these art shapes. This may actually be our saving grace. That's perfect. Yes, that is the exact splash of color that I needed over here. Let's go, boys and girls. Everyone. Let's go, everyone. So I do want to repeat this quite a few times throughout here. Maybe we can tuck one right there. And we can tuck another one opposite side right over there. Just as ways to really, I don't know, sell the entire experience. Because I know San Diego has something like this. Obviously, it's a lot more modern than what I just made, but I feel like that kind of feels nice for a little tropical zoo, you know? It's like nice shade structures. Also, there are way too many people over here. Damn, that is a lot of people. But you know what? Nonetheless, we can start chugging along. I do want to start doing some more stuff over here. Maybe I'll continue it in a new episode, who really knows? But what if we do something like this? And really like hammer in this little bit of a junction over there. Just because I love manipulating the paths like this to make it feel a lot more open. I don't know, it just feels right. But you know what I'm feeling? This is going to be a little bit of a crazy idea, but I think we're going to go for a bit of a mesh, if we find mesh. Kind of want to do an aviary. Yeah, I kind of want to do an aviary on the back of this building over here. We can actually use the same color blue. Because I'm falling in love with this color of blue. It's beautiful. And actually, what if we angle it like that? Oof, that's going to be pretty neat. And then if we just copy it along kind of like that. And we arch that up kind of like that as well. We'll have a nice little basis over here for something pretty neat. And actually, I will pause it for the time being just because it is starting to get a little laggy. Not entirely sure, maybe it's like, you know, all the guests that we have in here. I never really build with guests, so that's a little bit of a weird conundrum that I'm experiencing for the first time. But if we look up timber, we can get some nice, beautiful pieces, kind of like this. And start to integrate them. So let's actually look up Safari. I feel like this is going to be the main draw over here, just getting all these beautiful pieces in. And yeah, let's start to integrate them. So I believe if we just stick with like a nice brown theme over here, we already have our accent colors. We're already set on that department, but for the rest of it, I want to keep it nice and neutral and brown. I feel like that'll really help to sell it, of course. But of course, we're gonna do a little bit of work like this. I want to get that perfectly lined up. And we can do another one right over here. Just making sure everything looks nice and beautiful. Oof, yeah, I'm loving this. And in fact, do I do something over there as well? Actually, let me copy this one. Where did those pieces go? There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's one of the main problems I have with some of the hitboxes of, like, you know, even Frontier items. Some are pretty wonky, so you can't really select them all the best. But you know what? For the time being, I'm not really going to complain all too much. I'm happy with this game. And you know what? I'm happy that you guys are chugging along for the ride with me. It's always so fun to have you guys. But we're just going to tuck that right down there. And we're just going to line these up kind of like this. You guys can really start to see my like building process in here. It's very programmatical. It's very systematical. It's greased lightning. Yeah, that's pretty awful right there. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry you had to hear that. But actually, let's integrate some of these stick fences. I feel like these guys might be pretty good as well in here, just to give it a little bit more character. And this is hopefully like a better use of, I don't know, just showcasing a lot more of the modded props that we have in the game. And I don't know, it's just pretty fun just to build with all of these. I'm happy that you guys enjoy this as well. From the looks of it, it seems like we're also getting a lot of good new viewers, and I'm so happy that you guys are finding the nice little leaf pile to be enjoyable. I know this isn't very much like my rest of my content, but I'm more than happy to keep it up with you guys because franchise is fun. I thoroughly do enjoy franchise. It's a pretty neat mode. Also, my mouse is being a little bit wonky, but you know, it's totally fine. Let's bring that up a little bit more. I can't believe I'm spending all this time on a implied aviary, but you know, it's pretty fun nonetheless. So let's see what we actually have to work with in here. So I believe I do have the macaw pack installed. So actually, no, we don't. So crow. Yeah, crow. Let's do a nice little crow exhibit. So obviously we got to put in our fake birds over here. It'll be the day when Frontier actually gives us real birds. That'll make me so happy. And you know what? I'll tell you what, we can actually do something kind of like this. We could use our fake trees. Not our fake trees, but our dead trees. I just got to find like the right size. And actually, these guys are pretty perfect for that. So with that being said, we can kind of manipulate this a little bit, make sure that these guys can find themselves on the branch. I do have an idea for that. Also, they're kind of big, so I'm just gonna only have one. And if I find the acacia logs that Nick made, we can tuck them in right here, and we can kind of do something kind of like this. Perfect. Alright, that's pretty neat right there. So now our guys have this nice little aviary, and I want to include something over here. You guys probably know what I'm doing. I'm doing a vista point, and we can integrate that right there. Set item focus, and we can set that to the bird. And there we go. So hopefully our guests will start to find their way over right now. And we can just see if they actually will, because I really hope they do. Also, can we talk about this mess over there? What the hell is happening? But yeah, it seems like, yeah. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Our guests are actually using an aviary. That's pretty fun. We can dress it up with a little bit more foliage. So if we look up tropical, and we can kind of see like what we have to work with over here. I kind of do like these palms. And you know what? Yeah, it is pretty laggy over here. I have no clue why. Is it like some of the pieces that we used over there? I don't really know. I'll probably need to bring that up with Nick talking about, like, you know, talking about lods and stuff like that. You know, just a couple boys talking about lods. You guys know how it goes, but let's see if we actually have any flowers over here. I've been loving these cordylites. Cordylines? Yeah, cordyline. For a little bit of a secret project. I hope you guys are excited about that one. It's turning out so good. It's turning out so much better than I ever could have imagined. But you know what? I'm just, you'll have to see it to believe it. Speaking of that, we're just gonna do that right there. And look at that, we have a beautiful little aviary all set and ready to go over there. I'm so happy with that. That's pretty fun. But yeah, look at all the wonderful things that we did. And we're starting to make so much money. I think we could actually pay off our loans right now. So that's great to have. Once it actually loads. I know this is usually an issue with franchise, like paying back the loans really does take a long time. You know, of course, like, yeah, that happens. So making sure everything is going good, our cash flow is great. In fact, I think we can hire all, well, not hire, but educate all of our staff. We need an educator, a couple vendors, security guards, and I think we could actually hire them before we actually get going over here. So we're just going to hire a couple more just to keep all of our animals nice, happy, and healthy. Hire security too, make sure the zoo is nice and taken care of, and we can actually set up a few educator points. Now this is something I really want to do, and we can assign them all to the entrance area, and I believe this should be it for our entrance area. If I do add on another exhibit to the entrance area, please yell at me to change it, because I do not want to do that again. Oh my gosh, baby African penguins. I don't think I've ever seen these guys in game before. They are so freaking cute. Wow. I don't know. I really do wish Frontier integrated some better walking. Kind of like this. The babies actually have better walking than the adults. But I wish they were slouched over a little bit more. I feel like that would have been great. Also, Jesus Penguin. Jesus Penguin. What else do we need to do? Yes, our educators. So I do want to integrate some educator animal talk point. Yeah. So this is actually like the perfect spot for one. So if we hire link, no, I don't want to link the seating. I want to do African penguin. And then we can manage work zones. We could assign that one to our work zone right there. So when does that take place? That takes place in March. So if we do one, oof, this is kind of a bad area. We can just do one right there for our koalas. Food path throw is blocked. Food throw path is blocked. Whoops. Alright, it's a pretty awful place for it to happen. But you know what? We kind of just have to deal with it. We can have that happen in May. And then last but not least, we have our Prairie Dogs. Hopefully we could get this one to work. Let's just try it out. We'll probably not even do the Prairie Dogs, just because, yeah, it just won't work out too well. But in the meantime, this all works out pretty well. Let's just make sure that that is taken account for. And yeah, just the rest of the housewarming stuff. Just keep it housekeeping, I mean. Our staff building can do with a little bit of a, let's say, staff healthcare. Just because I know that our staff do work a lot, and I just want them to be happy, guys, you know? Happy staff, happy laugh. Yeah, am I right? Am I right? And you know what? We're gonna decorate this over here as well. Just because I want to make sure that we're kind of decorating the zoo as we go. Because I don't want to get to the point where I start to make a million different habitats and it starts to get pretty ugly by the end of that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to avoid all that schmutz, but in the meantime, it feels like we're really, really taking good care of this zoo, I would say. And we can include a couple banana trees right there, maybe even one right there. And you know what? That actually works out pretty well. So in this episode, guys, we did some amazing stuff. Definitely do drop some names for the prairie dogs down below, because we gotta keep these guys named. We gotta keep that up. And of course, our African penguins, we always have a lot in there as well. So drop some names down below. Look at these guys swim. I love that so much. Oof. You know what I don't love, though? I don't love these, like, overhangs, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of those. But yeah, with that being said, we did such a wonderful job over here, and we even did like a little bit of an aviary, which everyone is looking at like this angle from for some reason, not head on. But you know what? Amazing job, Sib, to you on that. Amazing job to Nick on the safari pack itself. And yeah, amazing job to Frontier on the prairie dogs. This is just like such a wonderful little conglomeration of everything. It just feels like, you know, Planet Zoo is truly being celebrated. But with that being said, we're gonna end it there, guys. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, and thank you so much for the support of this new little series, and I can't wait to see you guys next time in Monsterazoo. Take care and have a great one. Bye bye.